We open online.
Yes.
As chair, I call this meeting to order of the Neighborhood Plan Committee of the NCO. First off, we will take our roll, if you would. Do you have a roll or committee? I have it, if you don't.
Yes. No, actually, yeah, I did some today.
Okay, well, I'll do it. That's okay. I'm sorry. Richard Osiro,
Here.
Jonathan Ching, Mahia Burnell, sorry, Stephen Melendres,
Here.
and Lloyd
Yonenaka.
Yonenaka, sorry. And he's not absent. So we do have a quorum of our committee members. First off on the agenda is our public concerns. Are there any public concerns? Hearing none, we'll move on to our main business, which is actually just one item, and that is consideration of board members to be appointed to this committee by the Neighborhood Commission. And in that regard, as a member of this committee, I will make a motion to appoint Cross Crab and Kathleen Paanui as our neighborhood board members for this committee. That is my motion. Do I hear a second? Then we'll have discussion.
Second.
I have a second, so now we move on to discussion. As I made the motion, I'll start out. There were a number of very well qualified individuals that either submitted their name or were submitted by other folks. And it's a challenging and difficult position to have to sort through those. And a lot, we could probably most, if not all, could be a very worthy member of this committee. But at the end, we need to have 2 or 3 to function appropriately with the numbers that we have. And after careful consideration, these are the names that I would propose. So with that, is there any other discussion?
Are you going to entertain?
Stephen, go ahead, please.
I'm sorry, Chair. Are you going to entertain others for recommendation?
We can discuss others if you would rather if you propose alternatives, because this would be a good time to talk about that. If you're not, let's say, well, I don't want to say not satisfied, but if you would like to propose additional or even different folks, this would be the time, not in the form of a motion, but as part of our discussion. Yes.
I'll proceed then with the discussion. I see Larry here. He was nominated, I thought, a couple months ago. And I know that he will be, he's interested in supporting the plan. So I would, if there is an opportunity for him to participate, I would nominate him for consideration.
Okay. We do have a motion on the table, but do you object to the 2 candidates that are part of the motion?
No.
Okay. Are there any other comments or questions from any member of the committee? Okay, now we can turn to public comment. First, was it Kevin first, or Mr. Lai, please go ahead.
Chair, thank you. I'll actually defer to Mr. Misakian, who raised his hand before me, if that's okay.
Yes, that's fine. I'm sorry, I didn't catch who was first. So Mr. Misakian, if you'd like to go ahead, please go.
It doesn't matter. I'll go quickly and then do my video here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was just going to ask the process for this because I wasn't aware that board members can be part of this committee. I know any committee, usually you can have whoever you want on the committee, but I wasn't aware of the process. I hadn't heard about this or the nomination process as part of communication through my board, through the Waikiki Neighborhood Board, where I serve as the Sub-District 2 Vice Chair. So I was just going to ask that process for that so that there's like an open dialogue for this, going forward. So this is something new to me. And then as the second part of that question, is it just for board chairs or vice chairs, or is it open to any board member that you think worthy of being on the committee to help with the process?
Okay, let me take those in 2 parts as you stated. As far as the process is that the neighborhood plan defines a committee to look at the neighborhood plan, and it entails having commissioners, the executive secretary, and board members. And that's about all it says. So it doesn't define a number or anything like that. So what we gather is they do have to be board members. They do, and this answers the second. They don't have to be chairs or anything like that. They just have to be a member of a neighborhood board. Second, well, more of back to the first part of the question, and that is when we started, we had a initial meeting where we discussed the process that we were seeking out nominees. And I did end up with a list of individuals. At that meeting, there was a proposal that I did nominate some individuals, but we did not have quorum. That was reported back to the NCO. The NCO commissioners wanted to take more time, and it was announced that we would have this meeting tonight to discuss nominations or make a recommendation to the NCO. And that is part of the process, just to let you know, is even if this committee agrees to nominate certain individuals, it will go back to the commission, and the commission will have the final say.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you. And the only comment I'd just like to add is obviously it's clear that the committee's, pulling from the group of board members that they're aware of out there, but I just didn't know if the board members know that they could throw their hat in the ring, which is always a good thing, because there's no way you and the commission could know all of the board members that are out there or that they're even interested to be on the committee. So you might have a pool of some great candidates out there. And I know Mr. Varela is, I'm sure, one of the top candidates, but anyway, I'll stop there. Thank you for the update of
There was one, our neighborhood assistant actually chimed in with something. Let me clarify that real quick. Well, I'm sorry, what's the thing about the two? But that's part of
No matter what happens with the committee, there will be
But that's
two
not-
public hearings where you'll gather input from people that are not on the committee.
Well, just so you know, so this was, did everyone hear that? I'm not sure if you did. If you didn't, I'll repeat that. He just, our neighborhood assistant said that there are two public hearings, so everyone will have plenty of opportunity to add to the neighborhood plan. But this, we're talking obviously about being members of the actual committee itself. So as far as notifying each of the boards, that was not done. We just rely upon the commission members to make nominations. And certainly anyone who attends the NCO meetings was aware and could nominate themselves or make nominations if they had reached out to me or one of the other commissioners. And that happened also. And so I did get nominations that way too, just so you know. I hope
Thank
that
you.
answers your question.
it does.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Mr. Lai.
Thank you, Chair Smith. I was involved in the last revision to the plan, maybe it was 8 or 10 years ago now. And I just am hoping that your committee now realizes the gravity of what's going on, that it is a fairly significant undertaking. Of course, the 2 meetings that were mentioned are what the minimum are as per the neighborhood plan, but I just hope that you may avail yourself of the interested volunteers here who may help you just with personnel as far as manning those meetings, finding ways to attend those public hearings and field the questions and concerns that will come likely from other neighborhood board members, and help translate those into what would be useful help for the committee itself. Other than that, I know you were fielding nominations that were all well qualified, and I'm just concerned that you might not have enough manpower to get things done efficiently and in the way, especially if you want to go beyond what the bare minimum is in the neighborhood plan, chapter 20. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My comment would be that as far as doing the bare minimum, we're going to do what's, I hope that's right. So whatever that entails. And we haven't really started that process. But as far as the size of the committee, I think it's appropriate to have a small enough team that we can work appropriately. And sometimes when committees get too large, it's a little unwieldy. We will have plenty of opportunity for the public to participate, so there will never be a moment that anyone hopefully should feel left out and not have an opportunity to offer their advice and input. And we'll certainly be welcome to any ideas, because people like such as yourself that's very involved, that have ideas, we want to hear that. So there will be ample opportunity for that. And if we require assistance, and maybe we could reach out for that too. And I appreciate your offer for that. So thank you. Next up, we have Ms. Matson.
Aloha, Patrick. I'm Michelle
Aloha.
Matson, the Planning and Zoning Chair for the Diamond Head Kapahulu St. Louis Heights Neighborhood Board. I think we've spoken in the past regarding Neighborhood Commission office issues. Something caught my attention that piqued my curiosity, and you or someone else mentioned that the NCO is making these decisions for the committees. Is that correct? Or is it the neighborhood commission, which is completely different from the staff section?
Well, thank you for that clarification. It is the neighborhood commission, not the office. So yes, it is the commission. So
Well,
I appreciate that to make that clarification.
I'm very grateful for that, because the neighborhood commission administration seems to be dictating a lot of things lately. And we need the neighborhood commission, the neighborhood commission office seems to be dictating, and we need the neighborhood commission to step in and attend to their rightful responsibilities to oversee the neighborhood board system. I'm very supportive of you as the chair of this committee, as well as Stephen Melendres. And I look forward to a lot of productivity, and am hoping that also Larry Veray can become a member of your committee, as well as Steve Melendres' survey committee. Thank you.
Thank you. And Stephen is a member of this committee too, just for the record. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle.
That's great.
Yeah, I would say that I'm just speaking for myself. I don't want to speak for the committee, but I do think that this is a collaborative effort, and anyone who wants to participate can. And so we certainly will look for input from the NCO office, because they deal with a lot of these issues. And so I think their input will be very valuable. But at the end of the day, the decision will be made by the commission and the public, I assume, at some point, and then eventually the mayor, him or herself, whoever the mayor is at that time. I assume it still will be Mayor Belangiardi. So yes, there will be a number of different steps to this, but it will be a collaborative. It'll be a collaborative effort with, I think, the NCO, the commission itself driving the process. Are there any further questions or comments? There is a motion on the floor. It doesn't preclude any other individuals, but there is a motion. Hearing no other comments, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor of appointing Cross Crab and Kathleen Paanui, hope I'm saying her last name correctly, to this committee, only committee members, please, say yay. Yes, please. I'm sorry. Hold on just 1 second. Yes, Stephen.
Pardon me, Chair, I have one question.
Shoot.
Do they know they're being nominated? And if so, have they given us something in writing saying, yes, they want to participate? Do they have the time for it? Because I know Kathleen does a great job, but she also lives in North Shore.
I'm glad you brought that up. I should have said something earlier, so thank you. Yes, I did speak to each at length. I didn't get anything in writing technically, but I did talk about what we would be doing and the time commitment. And Kathleen showed up at our last commission meeting, kind of thinking that the commission was going to take this on. So I do what she told me, and by virtue of that, it shows that, yes, she is committed to the process. So both of them do know they've accepted their nominations, and I think will serve honorably.
Great, thank you.
I'm sorry. So we'll proceed to the vote again. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. The motion is to appoint Kathleen Patanui and Cross Crab to this committee. That is the motion. If we don't have the ayes, the sufficient ayes online or by voice vote, we'll move to a roll call.
Okay.
Maybe we should do
Let's
that.
do-
And
Okay.
let's just do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do the, do
Yeah.
you want me to do it?
Yes, please.
So I'll go by the names I have in order. Richard? Yes or no? You're muted, Richard. You're still muted. Okay, we're gonna try to work on it.
Sorry, I cannot vote because I'm an ex-official member of this committee.
I thought that we decided that there was nothing limited.
Let's maybe come back to him.
Okay, well then we'll come back to you.
He's chair, so he should not.
So Mehalani.
It's okay. My hand is good. Okay, so roll call. Aye.
Stephen?
Aye.
I will vote aye. I think that takes it.
Yeah.
So the committee, the committee has formally adopted the motion, and we will, we'll bring that and make a recommendation to the neighborhood commission for those two names.
Great. I have a question, Mr. Dent.
Yes.
How many members are you going to have on your board, on your committee?
Well, there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6. There are currently 6, and that includes one of Jonathan. So there are 6 members currently. That would add 2 to 8. So
I'm just reflecting on Mr. Lai's comment. Neighborhood plan, I was through it last time. It's a big animal. I would suggest having 3 sets of 3 at least, maybe more.
did you wish to, now we have time for new business, or not new business, I'm sorry. We have, we don't have a motion on the floor. Would you like to make a motion? Well, you asked about nominating someone before.
Yes,
To nominate Larry.
due to the work involved in updating the neighborhood plan, I move that we consider to bring on more board members.
Well,
Well, more members of the community onto the neighborhood plan committee.
well,
And I would nominate Larry.
well, can I strip the last part of that and just say you're nominating Larry, just you want to nominate
Yeah,
this member? Because we don't really have a limit. I mean, we could set one formally, but, or not a limit, but a number of folks, but
Motion to cap it.
yeah, but we don't really need it. We can just close the nomination. But, so you do want to
Yes.
keep with your motion. Do I hear a second? I guess I could second that. So Larry Vray has been nominated. Larry, we've talked, so I know that you will be, you should accept, correct? And be willing to serve? Larry?
Yes, yes, I wholeheartedly accept the nomination. And,
Okay.
and of course, with my experience, I want to set you guys up for success. And also, and I'll tell you, Kevin Lai too, has got a lot of experience too. It's kind of hard for me to say yes without Kevin, because he tends, you got to look at it. Here's another thing. Who's at this meeting right now? Who really cared? Okay. And I hate to say this for the commission, take a look at the attendance. Are you really going to get those other people to show? So you need reliability. So I'll leave it at that, but I do accept the nomination and strongly recommend Kevin to jump in there too, if you guys will accept him. We're going to be one team. So please don't think I'm coming in and I'm going to make all these changes, recommendations. No, we want to just take it slowly, but thank you.
Okay, so we do have a motion for the nomination or to nominate Larry Bray as a member of this committee. Is there any discussion among the committee members? Is there any discussion among the public? Hearing none, we're moved to a vote. So there again, we're going to do our roll call. So first of all is Mahia,
Aye. It's-
Stephen,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye. So congratulations, Larry, or I should say, maybe not congratulations. No, we're very happy to have you. So thank
Nope.
you very much. I'm just
Nope.
joking.
Thank you much. As long as your meetings aren't the same day as my Pearl City board meeting.
Uh, I would suggest at this time that probably is as many people as we want to add is 3. It's certainly up to the committee members to make that decision, but that's what I would suggest. I think that's been mentioned. So well, let me ask you, do I have any nominations for other members from the committee, of course?
No.
So hearing none, we will move forward and consult, or I'll send a recommendation to the full commission that those are the folks that we have nominated to be on the committee. And as I mentioned earlier, the commission will make the ultimate decision to approve or in piece or in whole. So we shall see. That is it for our business. Is there any further business I should ask? Okay, that's it. It's time to move on to announcements. As was announced earlier, the NCO will be meeting Tuesday, May 28th, right?
Yes.
Right.
May 28th at 6 PM at the Kapalama Holly. Sorry, I had a brain thing. Does anyone have an announcement? Michelle, did you have an announcement or do you
Well,
just had your hand up?
I have had a question and it's just very brief. How many
Okay.
committee members, as of tonight's nomination, are you counting at this point?
Well, we have 6. The 3 nominees, which would of course make 9 members, but the 3 nominees get sent to the commission, the full commission. And the full commission makes a decision whether to appoint them to the committee or not.
Understood.
So,
Well, my only thought was if you had an even number, it should be an odd number usually. In that case, I would certainly support Kevin. But if you have 9, then I guess thank you very much for recognizing that we can all chime in when necessary.
thank you. But at this time, the committee has already chosen not to make another recommendation and to keep it at our proposed 9. So for right now, the commission, of course, can do as the commission will do, and they can make their own decisions. So as it stands, that is it. If there's nothing further, I'll call this meeting adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.